Hi, I'm Carly Bennett, and this is my thesis project, Heal. Every 73 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. One out of every 6 American women has been the victim of an attempted or completed rape in her lifetime. Globally, the number is 1 in 3. One out of every 10 rape victims are male. 21% of transgender, genderqueer, nonconforming college students have been sexually assaulted, and American Indians are twice as likely to experience a rape or sexual assault compared to other races. Victims are left feeling shame, unsafe, and traumatized. These statistics cover only people who define what they've been through as a sexual assault or rape. However, after researching and having conversations about this topic, many people have stories that they don't define as the classic definition, and I think a better term is sexually traumatized. This can be defined as an unwanted sexual encounter that is the trigger for trauma symptoms such as extreme levels of anxiety, flashbacks, and nightmares. Most people think healing from sexual trauma is done through the mind, but actually healing through the body is important for this specific type of trauma, which is why I'm creating Heal, a series of objects with multisensory features that provide sexually traumatized survivors temporary healing through their bodies. In my research, I focus on something called the polyvagal theory. There is a nerve called the vagus nerve in your nervous system that connects from your brain to your gut. This nerve controls your fight, flight, or freeze reactions and gives us information on how we find safety, how we connect with others, and when we shut down. When someone is assaulted, the nervous system goes into paralysis. It's an automatic physical reaction. And in that frozen state, victims often blame themselves for their paralysis, asking, why didn't I fight harder? Why didn't I get out? But it's the body that is taken over and action is completely out of the victim's control. The vagus nerve is essentially immobilized when a sexual assault occurs, and in order to bring this back online, the body, and not just the mind, must be made to feel safe again. I spoke with experts ranging from therapists, lawyers, and survivors on polyvagal theory, the body, what triggers survivors, and different types of treatment needed to help heal through the body. I also looked on and posted on anonymous forums like Reddit to keep anonymity and see what survivors are facing in their daily lives. After an assault, survivors can be triggered by anything, a sight, a smell, a voice, and these are some things that happen when survivors of sexual trauma are triggered and the problems they face in those moments. These actions include nightmares, anxiety, depression, flashbacks, disorientation, losing control, feeling fear or unsafe, and panic attacks. Some coping techniques based in the body involve physical movements that bring the victim back from reliving their trauma to the present. I specifically looked into a technique called grounding that aims to make the victim feel present. Survivors often feel disassociated and they need to be reoriented to the now. This is commonly done by engaging their senses, asking what are they seeing in the moment? What can they touch and smell, and how these senses bring them back to the now. Other healing techniques for this type of trauma involve yoga or body movement, squeezing or pinching oneself, acupressure, and somatic therapy. However, typically these treatments are done during therapy or other sessions, which can be expensive, and people might not have access to these resources. It also often takes time for victims to seek help. My goal is to create something where survivors of sexual trauma can start their healing process on their own. I want something to help a person heal the moment they are triggered and allow them to receive some temporary relief. These products should not be the only thing used to heal from sexual trauma, but can be a starting point and used in tandem with other treatments. Some current products on the market include temporary relief of anxiety, such as weighted blankets, ear seeds that help touch pressure points, meditation apps, and wearables that help with sleep for people with PTSD. My first product is surrounded by pressure points. Pressure points can help relieve stress, anxiety, and can help someone feel present. My idea is to do this through jewelry, such as an ear cuff. The user journey on the right showcases someone walking to work, and then they are triggered by something they see. They feel panic, disoriented, so they touch the ear cuff, press down on the pressure point, breathe, and then they feel some temporary relief. My second product is exploring wearables. This specifically targets people that have flashbacks. When someone has a flashback, their heart rate typically increases very rapidly. Having a wearable that is attached to the wrist or neck could find this rapid heartbeat and send a signal, something that quickly pinches or vibrates or pokes the user. This will bring them back to the present and out of the flashback. My last product involves when someone is at their home. This product is a type of pillow that can be adjusted and wrapped around the body to allow a person to feel safe and comforted in their own home. This product will feature different types of textures so the user can activate their touch senses to bring them back to the present. This will also be heavier, something like a weighted element. And I would also like to explore temperature options as well to see if this could be heated up or cooled down for additional sensation. My next steps are to talk with specialists about these products to get feedback and continue to post on discussion boards for anonymous feedback. I also want to continue building out different iterations of each product. Thank you so much for listening.